Hello ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be my ultimate Viessa build for the first Descendant. Now, right at the beginning of the game, there was 3 characters you could pick from. That would have been Ajax, Lepic, or Viessa. Me, personally, I went for Viessa only because I looked at her skills and I found them a bit more better than the other 2. So, Viessa has been with me throughout my entire first Descendant journey. But ever since I got Ultimate Viessa, quite a while back now, I was a bit underwhelmed, honestly. However, there was one of her Transcendent mods that sort of set her apart from all the other Transcendent mods that she gets, and that is Absolute Zero. Now, Absolute Zero is awesome. It changes all of her skills to be singular, so you don't have to pick and choose between singular or dimension when it comes to using Ultimate Viessa. This is exactly what it does. When using a skill, Ice Shackle is not inflicted. However, when any skill lands a critical hit, it inflicts Frostbite on a target. However, that's also not the case. Firearms can also inflict Frostbite onto enemies. And that makes everything so much better when it comes to this build, because Ice Sphere now appears with critical hits. And with this build, I've managed to get it to 100% critical hit rate. Now, I know some Colossus have critical resistance, which means it's never going to be 100% against certain Colossi. Same as high-level enemies as well. Some of them do have critical resistance. So even if you do have a 100% crit rate, it's not going to be 100% crit chance every single time. It's just the way it is. Now, furthermore, I really enjoyed trying to make this build, and with the introduction to arc tuning, I made it that little bit better as well. So I did have all 4 critical mods in order to get Ultimate Viessa to 100%. However, with arc tuning, I've still got 100%, which I will show you, but I've taken off one of the critical mods just to make it that little bit stronger. So I've added focus on singular, so I took that off to have the other critical mod on. I noticed that most of you are going to say, why don't I have amplification control instead of maximize range? I haven't got to the range part of the arc tuning yet, so I will be changing maximize range to amplification control once I get the necessary points in order to get the skill range increase. Because I did see in my Luna build one of those comments saying I should be doing this, this, and this, but it's what works for you. Everyone's build is going to be different. I'm just trying to find a build that works for me personally and share it with you guys, and hopefully it makes Viessa work a lot better for you. Most people were using Haley against the Infernal Walker when that was available to fight. I was using Ultimate Viessa because I found it a bit more consistent, and I could get it down to about 30 to 40 seconds each time, instead of Haley hoping for a crit and sometimes failing. So Absolute Zero, it, like I said, it makes every single skill go to singular, which just makes it easier when having to pick your reactor. And I'm happy with the reactor that I've got for Viessa, and I also use it for Haley because her damaging skills are also singular as well, so I share between the both of them. Those are the mods that I currently use. I have very high cooldown, mainly because of focus on chill, focus on singular, nimble fingers, and MP conversion. Now, I don't have, I think it was maximize attack or something like that. That low gives me more power modifier, but lowers the MP. Viessa is a very high MP usage character, so I don't want to lower it as much as possible. So those are the modules that I used for her. Here are the current weapons that I'm using for her. I'm using my Malevolent only because I've built it for chill. That's also why it's incredibly broken for me at the moment. And I've done a little tweak on the cores. It now has insane fire rate, which I will be showing you. But these are the mods that I will be using for my Malevolent. It has incredibly high chill attack, as shown when I was using my Serena. I used the Thunder Cage just to get around that little bit quicker because of the sprint speed, and I also use it for Frost Road to get that on the floor a lot quicker. And Frost Watcher, because I have a preset that's set for Haley and Viessa, I literally just swap the Descendant and everything stays the same there. Although I still need to use a core on the Frost Watcher, but that's just the way it is. Onto the reactor, obviously frozen singularity, because every single skill is now singular. I have gold skill critical hit damage and gold skill critical hit rate, which gives Viessa and Haley the 100% crit rate that I need. And I'm also using the Polar Knight set itself for even more crit damage, even more firearm crit damage for certain weapons. Not so much for the Malevolent, but when I'm using Haley, I would be going for the Frostwatcher and the Thunder Cage rather than the Malevolent hand cannon, because she will be using her sniper and basically destroying bosses rather than going for ads. These are my Polar Knight parts. Would like a change on one of them so I get more MP, the sort of regen kind of thing. And like I mentioned with the arc tuning, I have gone straight for the critical rate. I do not need the purple one. It's just a wasted point on me. But what I plan to do is going across to the right, going all the way down, getting the range, getting the skill cost, hopefully having enough points for the skill power itself, and going up to the other max MP as well. Once I get the skill effect range, I will be taking off the maximize range and putting on amplification control, because that would also bring it up to the exact same range that I've got at the moment, which is 17.2. I'm a little bit under max range. You have to continuously play so many characters to get their arc tuning up, and the only character that I've actually got to max arc tuning is Serena, because I've used her so much, going through all the Void Erosion Purge, all the Colossi, and just general farming itself. Let's show you the damage numbers and everything like that. I will be changing the Vulgus level immediately to 100. That was also pointed out by someone else. I do appreciate that comment, and you are entirely correct. No one at this level is going to be facing level 1 mobs unless they're farming for sort of low level stuff. So a quick show off of the gun and the fire rate now compared to what it was. It's absolutely broken, and it already gave me my 10 stacks of Polar Knight. It's not just it's not just skills that can give you the orbs, your firearms can as well. So the whole thing is you keep your Frost Road up as much, it raises your movement speed, and it lays down this damaging sort of aura where she walks. A bit like one of Freyna's mods that allows her to run around and produce the toxic roads. This is exactly the same, however it's singular. And with the cooldown, you can keep this up incredibly, which is also why I've got the Thunder Cage. I run at the exact same speed as Bunny. It's relatively powerful. Most attacks are going to be a critical hit depending on the level of the Vulgus that you are fighting. And like I said, with the cooldowns and everything, you are constantly going to be getting your skills up, which is why I said it's extremely MP heavy. That is sort of how you're going to be going through the levels. You're going to be keeping Frost Road up, going through as many enemies as you can, keeping your Polar Knight stacks up, which gives you the skill critical hit damage as well of 4.836, and again the 100% skill critical hit rate. I'm very, very happy with this build. Again, it's not a character that I would be choosing over, say, Serena, Inez. It's situational more than anything. Let's see how quickly I can go for a 400%, and I'll show you exactly what Viessa can do.
Smooth as ice. How dare they break my shield? Take this. It's mine. My shield is down. Stay with me. How dare they break my shield? Scatter them.
And there we have it. There is the absolute zero build for Ultimate Viessa. I hope you did enjoy this. Please leave more comments on these videos. I do enjoy your guys' constructive criticism about how I can improve my videos, what you guys want to see, and just how everything works. Please continue to giving me the support. I really am appreciative. I didn't think it would actually go this well when I started back up again. I did do it a couple of years ago, and now I'm getting back into it over the past few weeks, and I've seen nothing but incredible people coming in. So I really do appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you all did enjoy this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Hey guys, AGWag is here. YouTube has decided that these are the 2 videos that you would most likely enjoy from my channel, so be sure to give a like, comment, and subscribe.